Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. I understand the Giants made some key moves, some key acquisitions, or I should say re-signings this offseason. So Jay, man, Big J, tell us how you feeling about it. Tell us how Giants Nation is feeling about this. I mean, because last year they wasn't too excited about Daniel Jones. So how you feeling?
Hey, look. Hey, that's my quarterback, man.
Wow.
That's my quarterback. But
it's amazing how a year makes a difference, right?
But nah, he actually had an outstanding year last year and everything like that. And with being a Giants fan, I've seen like everybody that came through since I've been there. And I already know the Giants ain't gonna go get Jalen Hurts type a Lamar, even though hey, he'd be great up there. He ain't got no contract. We could have gave him a contract and everything like that.
Who you
But
gonna talk
the
to?
Giants is
Yeah,
the Giants just ain't going to do it.
Yeah. He don't have the representation.
Who you gonna call? I mean, you gonna call him?
Maybe call Ghostbusters. You know.
Hey man, let the man talk. He came in here to talk about the Giants. We gonna be respectful to our guests. Go ahead, Big J. You got the mic, Big J.
Now we're gonna be respectful to our guests.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But nah, like so that's what the Giants are going to do. They're gonna ride it out with Daniel and everything like that. He probably get another few more years after the contract. They probably re-sign him again because we don't just move on like that. So they went out.
But your franchise, Saquon. So I mean, are the Giants saying Daniel Jones is more important than Saquon? I don't know. I thought to me Saquon, I thought was more of the engine that ran that offense. I don't know. I'm an outsider looking in. What's your thoughts on the fact that they franchised Saquon and gave Daniel Jones the big deal?
So, like I said, hey, that's what they're going to do. The Giants are going to do what they're going to do. I was looking for them to go ahead and use Saquon as a bargaining chip to deal them out like they did always. They did with Mario Manningham. They shipped them off. Smith, they shipped them off. And these is after championship years. They went ahead and shipped them off. So I was looking. So with them doing the franchise tag, it was like, all right, you know what? We're going to put you a tag on you, non-exclusive. Just in case if somebody be like, hey, look, we'll offer you XYZ, you know what? Go ahead, Saquon, pack your bags, you up out of here because, that's what they do. They've been doing that. They've been showing.
The disrespect to Saquon.
Well, actually, he's holding out now, and also Dexter Lawrence is holding out. So,
yeah.
But here's
because
the thing,
because they paid Daniel Jones all that money.
Yeah, but you think that they would have did it in the reverse order because
correct.
Y'all defense was lights out, the coaching changed, and I think that Jones, he could say what he want. Y'all could have gave him, free movie passes and he would have signed for that deal. Because I mean that new coaching staff made him who he is. They solidified the defense, good running game, and now they allowed him. That play action really meant something because of that ground and pound in the defense. As long as he didn't turn the ball over, y'all stayed in a lot of games and y'all won a lot of games as well. So I don't see how y'all gonna maintain that balance and that ball control if you ain't got nobody that can pound that rock.
Yeah, you're right about that, but that's their game plan. Like I said, they've proven over and over again. Hey, my stars. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and deal you out for bigger, not even bigger pieces, but for more pieces.
Okay. So going into this off season and with the draft coming up, what's your position of needs? What do you think the Giants are looking for in this draft, or even just in free agency? What are your needs right now?
So the needs, hey, and I've been saying this for the last several years, is the O line. We need to beef up that O line. We need to beef up the center. all that right there, then from the O-line to give Daniel Jones, because when my man Eli was back there, all they did, hey, if they gave him time, Eli was a killer. If they go ahead and strip for that O-line, they good in the secondary. And then, wide receivers. Somebody that actually, that's going to stay healthy, that he's going to be able to pass that rock to.
Okay. Well, that'd be interesting, right? Because you in the first round, you have the 25th pick. So
25th
usually that's
pick.
Yeah. That's usually when you get like a good old lineman that falls down there. You think they're going to take an old lineman in the first round?
Yeah, I'm thinking they should. I think they probably either get a center. Like, I'm looking at Joe Tipman or Smits. Or Smits would be a good center and everything like that for him. But hey, they picked Daniel Jones. They moved up to pick Daniel Jones. So hey, sometimes make you scratch your head like, hey, what are you doing?
Right. I know I was scratching. Well, first of all, I was like, who is Daniel Jones?
Right. We all said the same thing.
Like, really? So it was kind of like the Mitch Trubisky thing, like when the Bears
plays like Eli a little bit.
Pick. It's like
kind of plays like Eli a little bit.
But he didn't have the same success as Eli in college.
No, he did. He did.
So, I don't know. Okay, all right. Well, looking at your second round pick, you have the 57th overall pick. Who do you think you take there? Or what
I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go defense. I think we probably go defense, either cornerback or safety. I think we're gonna slide that way because we did a lot of free agents pickups, but it was more so some of the free agents was, hey, they worked with the boy, they worked with him, or they was in his office, or they was with Daniel Jones and everything like that. And Duke, I think, is one of them dudes they picked up. But it was more 1-year deals and everything like that. So they're gonna go ahead, probably defense wise, either safety or cornerback.
Okay. So this solidifies you going further in the playoffs next year?
Yeah. Like I said, hey, we're going to the shit. We're going to the shit. hey. Every
Phil,
time we step on the field, we going to the shit.
Phil, see, this is what your Vikings did. It is giving the Giants confidence. Because you're 13-3. They were in Minneapolis. They beat you at home, and now these guys feeling real good.
Well, it's equivalent to the way Tampa Bay felt. So that's all I can really say about that. Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm pretty sure they felt that way this year too. So winning the division and everything. So
well, I mean, they did win the division at 9-8.
I mean, division stinks. Huh? You can't be proud of that division.
Anyone knows me knows that I am.
You guys had the best offseason in that division. You talk about not making the playoffs. But anyway, the Giants wise, I think the Giants are probably going to be third in the NFC East, honestly. I mean, I feel like the Cowboys aren't going anywhere. And Philly, they're making moves. And then Washington's probably going to be at the bottom. So, I don't know what's going to happen as far as Saquon holding out, the Dexter Lawrence holding out. I don't think Daniel Jones is that great. I think they had to mirror a certain offense for him. You don't have any receivers. I think you guys are probably going to be the same type of team next year, just minimizing his mistakes, his turnovers, maybe improve just a little bit. I didn't like the Daniel Jones signing because I don't think he's a $40 million quarterback, but, it's not my money. So,
it's what the market pays.
No, it's not. That's not this situation. Not this situation.
Yes,
not what the market paid. Nope.
That is starting quarterback salary. You have to accept that, dude. 30, 35, $40 million.
They could have paid Daniel Jones 30 million, 35 million. They paid him 45.
That's 35 is like that's what starting. That's where you start the negotiations at.
I'm talking about what he's worth. I'm not talking about what the market dictated. I'm talking about what he's worth as a player. As a player, he's worth 30, 35 million.
Dude, he is worth 40 million. That's probably going to be a bargain for the Giants in the years that come because right now, Jalen Hurts is up to 51 million?
Yeah.
A year?
51 million a year.
A year,
Yeah.
dude.
He gets you to Super Bowls, to playoffs.
I understand, but that is the going rate, man. That's what you got to pay him.
You know, Derek Carr gets you to playoffs. So, you know.
Well, we'll see. I hadn't seen him there in a while, but we'll see.
He just went there the year before last.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm
Yeah.
I'm hoping that he fares out, dude. I look. We don't call this show the voice of reason for nothing.
No, you think you think they're that bad? You think Derek Carr is that bad?
Yes, I do. I think his time has passed. I'm not saying that he was always bad in his career. I know he couldn't get over the hump, and I know at least last year, and it could have just been the situation, the type of offense he was in, the philosophy he just didn't fit, whatever the case may be. He didn't have a good season, and I'm concerned he's at the end. We're talking about a 9-10 year
overall team. He's got a better overall team with the Saints than he's ever had with the Raiders.
I hear you.
Better overall team he's got with the Saints than he has with the Raiders.
Phil, so you like every Saints quarterback that I don't think is good.
I never said that, but okay. Okay. I never said that, but okay.
We'll see. Okay. I mean, right now Vegas got us winning 9.5 games.
Which I said 10 games, and you said nope, 7.
I said 8.
Okay.
All
right.
We'll see.
Well, you notice Baltimore Don is quiet. I guess he feels LeBron's
he got nothing to talk about. He don't have a quarterback. Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. He does have a Pro Bowl quarterback, Tyler Huntley. He had Pro Bowl quarterback.
Oh, and Odell Beckham.
Yeah, throw it to Odell Beckham. Maybe this time he'll double his touchdown totals from last season, from 2 to 4.
The other disrespect. Hey, let me go ahead and air this out to y'all. So for those who don't know, it's called a negotiation, boys and girls. That's when that's when you make an offer, and I counter offer. So what we have right here is now somebody gonna have to show their hand, because right now nobody's budging. The Ravens are gonna have to do something come this draft, and I think the owners.
What can they do?
See, that's where you played yourself in the corner, because here's the thing. Right now, the thing that you want to do is you want somebody to make Lamar an offer so you can counter offer and you can shut this whole thing down. But you can't do that right now because nobody's made Lamar an offer, because you played I'm going to shake your hand and, hey, don't get involved in this. This is domestic. And we're going to keep this in-house. But now you done played yourself in the corner where as though nobody wants to make Lamar an offer, because as you said before, Marv, nobody want to do your dirty work. But now, what are you going to do? Because you have to draft.
Well, what are they going to do? What can Baltimore do in the draft to play that, to show the hand?
Baltimore is already up their offer.
Yeah, they did.
They upped the guarantee to $200 million.
$200 million.
So eventually,
it's the language in the middle. It's the language in the middle. We keep talking about that.
No, they say guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah,
how many years? How many years? I mean, how many years? And then extension, non-trade. No trade clauses.
How much of it is signing bonus? A lot of that stuff factors into it, because like even Jalen Hurts, his $179 million is not. It says that $179 million guaranteed.
Not on the front end.
It's parsed out by years. So the first year's 50 is guaranteed, and then the next year a certain amount is guaranteed. So if they cut
Johnson voice, kick the can down the road.
Yeah. So
that's the same. That's
the Eagles have an out. The Eagles have an out, and I'm sure that the Ravens are trying to set themselves up with an out. But eventually, like I told you before, we all playing the game and getting all worked up. The dude gonna resign with the Ravens. The Ravens hold all the leverage. And right now, the only leverage that Lamar has is the fact that other quarterbacks are signing new deals. So like when Jalen Hurts signed his new deal, well, you know what it did to the Ravens? It upped the price.
Yeah.
As long as you keep sitting back and watching all these quarterbacks that went to championships, because next is going to be Joe Burrow.
Joe ain't taking a pay cut.
He ain't taking a pay cut. He ain't doing a home time discount. I don't care.
And Lamar sitting back watching.
Yeah,
Lamar sitting back watching. Yeah, Lamar sitting back watching. Like, okay, all right, $55 million.
And listen, and I had an argument with one of my buddies. I call him Big C. Big Clarence. But here's the thing with that. He said, We won without Lamar. And I said, listen here, I'm not saying Lamar. I said, but we lost without Lamar too. And guess what? Lamar didn't help us. He said, we're a winning organization. Yes. But I've been through Kyle. I should have been a bowler. I've been through Tony Banks. I've been through those hardships. And guess what? And I asked him one question. I said, Clarence, if Lamar leaves, what is our identity?
Defense.
See, you bring up a good point.
Wait, shit, hold on. You say defense, right?
Yeah, defense.
Who on defense? Who's that guy that everybody wants to see? Because everybody wanted to see Sugar and everybody wanted to see Reed. Who is coming to the game to say, I want to see that defense? Who's that signature guy? Who's the bully on the yard?
Marcus
Who's the bully
Williams
on the yard? Stop playing. Don't get me wrong. We got a great defense. Smith, he's a great guy, but he doesn't have the personality that you would say, hey, he's going to fill the stadium. And guess what? We coming in there and guess what? We're going to make everybody we're going to make everybody feel uncomfortable coming to our stadium.
I'll say this, Don. Look, it is 2023. The rules have changed. That Ravens team from the 2000, that Ravens defense, they would not survive today's NFL with all the rule changes.
Too many flags, you're right.
And too many flags. They won't be able to bully anybody like they did back then. There will never be an 85 Bears defense. There would never be another Ravens 2000 defense because that type of defense.
Singletary.
That's not allowed. That game was intimidation.
Yeah.
And that's not allowed in today's NFL. So,
well, Don, what do you think about? Go ahead.
This is my point I'm trying to make. This is why your quarterback means so much to you. And you don't want to be in quarterback purgatory because that's what my team is. When this guy here retired, it set us back. And we've been bringing these
backup flag football quarterback.
You call that purgatory?
Whose team did not want them. We're going after them and hoping we can revitalize their career, and it's just not smart, man. Get yourself a good quarterback. Don't you let Kirk Cousins go? You're gonna be right there looking at Tyler Huntley, hoping that he can get you to the playoffs.
And I tell everybody this, man, and we talk about big acquisitions all throughout this whole thing. I keep telling y'all, Washington just sold their team. So they got new ownership, new leadership in town. They want something. They want anything. They want an identity. And right now they don't have it. And I tell people, I said, desperate people do desperate things. Just like you said, Marv, Cleveland wasn't even in the bidding war, and they came out of nowhere. So I tell everybody, I said, something's going to happen. I don't know what, and I'm not saying it should happen, but I know one thing. Billionaires don't become billionaires by making punk decisions. That guy probably come in there and say, listen here, I want Lamar, go get him. And guess what? He's going to bring them. He's going to bring his whole fan base with me. And guess what? I own 95 now. I own 95, 295, 695, 395. I mean, these are things that can be done. But I'm just saying, for the Ravens to act like they don't want, you got a new owner that coming in. And guess what? I don't have to play nice with y'all.
So a team like Commanders can come out and say, hey, we'll give you 3 years, $180 million fully guaranteed. You really think the Ravens will match that?
Absolutely. Why would they not match it?
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Thank you.
No, they're not. No, they're not. 3 years,
Why?
$180 million fully guaranteed. They're not matching that.
Why would they not match that?
Because they
$60 million.
Somebody explain to me why they wouldn't match that.
They wouldn't. The Ravens, they don't have the money to match that. First of all, because they just signed a
penalty. Yeah,
they wouldn't match that for no Lamar
What are
Jackson.
y'all talking about?
They wouldn't match that.
Why couldn't they match that?
Not they couldn't. They wouldn't.
Why wouldn't they?
They would have to do too much. They had to give up too much of the
They've
roster.
already offered to do the $200 million guaranteed already.
But like Don said, we don't know the specifics with that. We don't know the specifics with that.
No. Look, they're trying to work out a long-term deal with this dude.
It could have been a 10-year fully guaranteed $200 million deal. It could have been 10 years.
It could have been, but 3 years is probably more what they would prefer. Look, every team is looking for an out. They're willing to give you the deal, but they want to have an out in case you have a bad season. And a shorter deal is probably what they want but I'm sure Lamar wants a long-term deal.
Yeah.
In case his career. So 3 years, 180 million. I'm sure the Ravens would jump all over that.
But
if Commanders over that, they'd be happy.
Well, I'm pretty sure if they said it's a $2 million guaranteed, I'm pretty sure it was probably a 5-year deal with the out in the 4th year. Possibly.
I'm sure the out was probably in the second or third year. Look,
possibility,
the 3rd year, teams are looking for outs. And that's what it all boils down to.
But once again, you see, I could tell you that we say that Lamar doesn't have people talking to him. I can tell you one of the biggest people that's probably talking to him, that's somebody that had the bag and dropped it because he made bad decisions.
Yeah.
And he was trying. Robert Griffin.
Yeah.
You think Robert Griffin ain't telling him sit down and get that bag? Because
I'm not questioning whether or not he had good people
commentating, and Kirk Cousins is living off of what I should have been making.
Look, I'm not questioning whether or not Lamar has good people talking to him. I'm questioning whether or not he has the right people talking to teams, because right now they can't. You have to be licensed, but you know what? I don't want to get into this discussion.
Hey Marv, let me tell you like this. Hey
Marv,
we'll
go around in a circle on this.
Hey Marv, hold on. Did you propose to your wife, or you had somebody come propose to her for you?
Well,
go ahead and close the show out.
No, I'll tell you this.
Hey Phil, you know it. You know it. Phil, I do this.
Phil. Then we'll close out the show. Phil, did your wife tell you that you had to be a licensed agent? Wanted to talk to her?
Or a licensed pastor?
A licensed pastor? Did she tell you that? Whoa. No. Hold on. I got a letter from the NFL that said you have to be licensed in order to talk to me.
Hey, Mom had the pastor.
And if you propose to me, then everything has to be nullified because you're not licensed.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't gonna win that one, Marv. You can't twist that. That was a great day. That was a great hot line.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. That's how you end the show, baby. We see y'all next week.